Kaka-New Year pa lang, ang bungad agad ng news on my social media feed ay ang hiwalayan ng maraming long-term celebrity couples, mainly because of, sadly, unfaithfulness. I don't have to name them here, of course, but even among my peers and personal circles, I've heard of a lot of long-term relationships ending because of cheating. It's so sad. What is even happening?
True! Ang lala kasi even ako on TikTok, I would see videos na, can you believe it, merong hierarchy ang applications. Like if you talk on Telegram, on Messenger, may difference yun and it can actually indicate kung ano yung relationship niyo. Grabe, di ba?
Nako, napaka-juicy ng topic na to, especially as we talk about love in this love month. At the center of it is commitment. Definitely, we're in for a roller coaster ride with our guests for today. So we actually have a couple who's been together for a shorter time and a couple who's been already together for quite some time. So papakinggan natin ng experiences nila and we'll see how commitment is different or the same with the difference in time that they have.
Yes, kaya tara, FRC fam, let's all welcome. We have Leslie over here and Shaline.
Hello. Thanks for having us here.
So Leslie, just for context, just got engaged. Wala si Dan, but we have Shaline over here. Wala rin si husband. si si doctor kasi he's busy today. So we're happy that you were able to join us today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Now that we have our guests here with us, ang tanong pala talaga doon is baka pwede nyo kami pakiligin sa kung paano yung nag-start yung relationship niyo. I know Leslie, for example, has just been recently engaged. Maybe you can share a few things there.
Hi, I'm Leslie. I got engaged last April 2022. So right now we're 10 months engaged. So definitely a long engagement.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
10 months belated.
Thank you. So, I met Dan back in college, so in Ateneo. So, and then I got to know him and bond with him when we were blockmates na. Kasi syempre, when you're in a block, you're super close. And also because of dance, we both dance kasi I really love dancing. So that's how we kind of bonded then. And syempre, may mga pakilig-kilig dyan. And on the side, while like training or dancing. So that's where it started. So we've been together for, I'm not sure if I mentioned this now, but we've been together for 7 years, going 8 this year. So sakto, it's like, I don't know, an eternity or like a symbol for eternity. So, yeah, that's how we met. And well, sana he's here with me para then at least you get to know then his side of the story. But surprise na lang. So, sana kiligin din siya with my answers for today.
Oo nga, mapapanood ni Dan ito once it's out. So sa mga partner dance pala nagsimula yung mga ganon.
Yung dance. And even when we got engaged, like the proposal, we danced. Parang he invited me like to do this video of BTS kasi we were in a BTS concert. Akala ko like ano lang siya, nagkamali or parang nadulas. But yun nga, parang the question with the ring. So yan. Kudos to him.
Wow, that's so sweet.
Good move.
Shout out sa mga ARMY sa ating FRC fam. Mga BTS fans. To ask also further sa inyong relationship ni Dan. 7 years before getting married, or at least getting engaged, do you think that's a long time, a short time, or just the right time?
Honestly, when you base it on numbers, para it's a really long time. Pag sabihin mo like sa mga tao, when people ask me like, how long have you been together? And sabihin ko, 7 years. And parang they say, super tagal na, or ganyan, stuff like that. So I guess it depends then on how you see it. But for me kasi, parang it's just the right time. I mean, also because parang, syempre, coming from a long-term relationship, you're also preparing yourself for the next chapter of your life. So, which is, of course, the next step is for getting married and then preparing like to build your own family and how are you gonna do it. Syempre, doesn't come like just the physical preparation, but also mentally, financially. So parang it's just the enough time for us then to prepare for that na syempre to become more adults. I mean, we're adults now, but it's more like very adulting talaga yung chapter na yun. So yun, parang it's enough preparation for us then to, to be in that kind of chapter na rin.
Prior to getting engaged, were you able to talk about it? Na parang, oh, by this time, gusto ko ganito na. Parang may implications na of when you're gonna get married.
Actually, yes. Well, we share kasi our timeline, but mostly sa akin, parang sabihin ko sa kanya na like by this age, like late 20s, at least we're engaged na or you have to propose to me na. But then sabi ko, if we're not ready, then it's okay. At least mga early 30s. So kasi for at least by like 31, 32, 33, parang we're starting to build a family and to have kids na rin by that time. What's good about parang what we have is we napapag-usapan namin siya like openly. If ever parang there's a problem, at least naayos na rin namin or we get to prepare for the next like big thing.
Actually, I was gonna ask, like, what led you as partners? What led you to be at that point? Really be confident in talking about these things.
Back in college kasi, syempre, we were super young pa. Kasi like after classes, parang we go to his house kasi super lapit lang sa Ateneo. So, there was a time na we had a sit down. Pero parang nag-usap lang kami casually, like what we did sa school or what happened sa school or with friends. And then, biglang, we're gonna insert like a session na parang, is there something wrong pala, by the way? Or parang, is there something you wanna talk about? From there, we got comfortable and also parang we set this comfort. We set this comfort na parang we can talk about anything. So, if ever may sama ako ng loob sa kanya or siya sa akin, so at least parang it's parang open forum kind of session. At least right now, parang we know then how to handle situations like that or some fights, kunyari. But what's nice is right now, at least hindi na rin kami masyadong nag-aaway or at least fight about the petty stuff.
So, what I see is there's actually naging process din siya somehow, eh, 'di ba? Like, as you mentioned, from the start of the relationship, fighting about the petty things. It's either World War or rom-com level kiligs ganun, 'di ba?
Oo.
Parang sobrang extremes na there's no in between. But now you're experiencing more stability, I'd say, at least from what I heard from you. Yung pumasok lang sa isip ko, grabe, it really actually takes faith in your partner to be able to grow that kind of trust, no?
Yeah.
Na you're okay to talk about anything. But also, it's not something that you can expect like from the get-go na
Yeah.
sisimula pa lang kayo. Nandun na, open na kayo sa at isa. There's nothing to worry about already in terms of like commitment and all of that. And it's quite interesting like how that's really built yung trust na pinag-uusapan natin and even commitment as we highlight that for our episode. It really takes time.
Grabe no, kasi hindi lahat ng couples can talk about everything. Like, I would hear other stories na like, sasabihin ko ba? I'm just like, talaga? Like, hindi siya ganun ka-normal na you talk about your emotions, you talk about everything, or what goes on with your friends, or if yung nga, yung temptations, even parang even accepting the fact that there are temptations, minsan sobrang nakaka-hesitate yun for the person to actually say something na, uy, natitrigger ako sa ganyan kasi may ganito ako na-encounter. Parang ganon. It's so difficult yung ganong types of conversation. So, ang ganda na nakita natin from them na to our FRC fam out there, no, it's inspiring to see that si Leslie and si Dan can actually talk about everything. And it led them to like, yun nga, maturity and where they are right now. No? Parang 7 to 8 years. Like, wild.
That's a long
Wild.
time.
So long.
Ah.
Yeah.
Coming from the things that you mentioned kanina and the things that's part of the reality of our world. Like ngayon, especially with social media and a lot of parang unfaithfulness culture around us. Do you feel like would you say that it's because there's more commitment issues today than in the past? There's a lot to be fighting about, or probably there's less commitment nowadays? What can you say about that?
I guess it boils down then to how this generation is exposed to. So I guess parang ang dami na kasing like influences, like not just on social media, like even your own circle of friends, they're exposed to this type of culture. So I guess nag-grow talaga yung culture of cheating or being unfaithful to your partner. Kasi yun nga, parang ito na yung naging normal sa atin, which of course you shouldn't be para idolize it or like do it kasi it's really bad. It's really sad. It's really sad kasi parang before naman it wasn't like this. Syempre we really very look up to people with strong relationships, and then biglang yun nga ang dami na rin because of social media, ang dami ding celebrities, not just non-celebrities na nagbe-break up. So parang napapaisip ka, like what's wrong? I mean, bakit nangyayari nga to? And yun nga, siguro there are a lot of factors affecting that.
How
Yeah.
does this affect yung relationship niyo ni Dan?
But thankfully naman, it doesn't affect our relationship. Parang it made us realize na what we have is very stable, and parang it's something precious siguro nowadays kasi yun nga, it's very rare na to find something like that with this type of environment or culture na we're exposed to.
Yeah. That's so true, no? Yung culture, even now na nagbabago, hindi ko alam if it's just me, pero parang there's that growing hate na parang kapag matagal, magbe-break din yan. Like, but ganun yung response na when you're supposed to be like actually happy for those people na, wow, tagal na nila, like, okay sila. Parang we always have that, parang ngayon na-observe ko na yung mga snide comments of people na, like, yun nga, magbe-break-in yan, or parang
Oo.
maghahanap sila ng something wrong. Now we have Shaline here.
Actually, from the start, parang, ano siya, parang gusto ko magka-family, parang typical na princess and my Prince Charming. Because I'm ang only girl in the family. I have 3 brothers. Kaya, ang sabi ko lagi, sa akin, kapag ayaw ko yung guy, sasabihin ko kagad, ayoko na yung medyo pahihirapan mo or something. Kasi parang galing kasi ako sa family na dapat 18 ka mag-start mag-boyfriend. Yung sabi ng mama ko. Siguro because of only girl. Pero pagdating ko na 18 years, ginawa ko siya. Actually. Pero kailangan mo din na-experience eh. Kasi each relationship has parang different learning. Pagpasok ko, hindi pala siya ganun kadali. So, yung commitment mo, for me, I don't understand. Sasabihin ko kasi basta sakala ko sa pag napapanood ko, mahal mo, is enough. Pero hindi pala siya eh. So, magkita pala yung attitude ko, medyo selfish pala ako, medyo na-meet yung husband ko, it's a blind date.
Oh, okay.
Totally, I don't know him. Sabi ko, punta tayong church and then I'll pray. Kung eto na ba to, i-meet ko, sabi ko hindi ko siya kilala eh. Actually, paano ko siya i-meet sa mall, sa Robinson? Hindi ko siya nakita, walang picture, walang something eh. Tapos pumayag
Di
lang
pa
ako.
uso yung mga messenger nun, pati ano.
Yeah, we have a cellphone but no pictures and something. Parang hindi kasi ako tumitingin
Yeah,
something.
oo.
Ayoko kasi ma-disappoint eh. And then parang all of a sudden, nung nag-meet, tapos antay siya for 2 hours. Kasi ang layo pala kung Antipolo and Galerie. Kala ko gano'n lang siya. Kadali. So, tapos sabi ko, aalis na to, hindi na to mag-iintay. Tapos biglang sinabi niya, mag-iintay ako. Nag-intay siya. And then sabi ko, nung pagpasok ko sa parang mall entrance, andun lang daw siya. Tapos ano mo talaga, all of a sudden, parang nakita ko yung face niya, siya yun, na smiling at me, of all the people, ang dami. Sabi ko, siguro siya to. So, nilapitan ko siya, tapos tama yung instinct ko na, siya pala. Tapos sabi ko, parang hindi talaga ako tipong na in love na wow. Parang hindi lang ako na-disappoint na, oops, pwede pala itong mag-hire pa, kilalanin ko muna, baka ma-develop. So, pinigyan ko siya ng chance. Doon nag-start. Meron pa rin talagang different learning eh. So, hindi talaga siya mag-e-end once na naging kayo, nagkasal kayo, akala niyo tapos na, no, that's not it eh. Matututunan mo pag may kids.
Mhm.
Sobrang, doon
Ibang usapan na yun.
Yeah.
Yes. Oo. Una sa lahat, FRC fam, sana na-pick up niyo yun yung mga blind dates, wag niyo yung i-shutdown agad.
Yeah.
Mahirap, mahirap ang blind date sa panahon ngayon kasi magsabi ka lang ng pangalan, sa search mo na agad sa social media, di
Mm.
ba? Check mo na
Mm.
agad. So, that's very interesting to know like how you prayed about that and then you gave your now husband a chance. Like who would have thought moments talaga? How
Yeah.
long have you been boyfriend girlfriend prior to
Yeah.
your engagement?
6 years.
Oh.
Six years. Halos pareho rin pala with Leslie
Yeah.
of
Pero once,
7 years.
pero nung sinagot ko siya, nawala siya for 2 months. Sabi niya, because I need to make up kasi babagsak na siya sa med school.
Oh.
So,
Ah,
yun yung hiniling niya
tama.
sa akin.
Okay.
It's understanding. So, pinagbigyan ko, pero may boards pa pala. So, sobrang, it's not easy actually dealing with the doctors. And until now, hindi mo pwedeng awayin kapag mag-o-opera siya. So, lahat nakaano siya. So, yun yung mga natututunan ko naman for me. I think I grew na and I'm still learning pa rin. So, beautiful experience naman siya.
Grabe yung awayan, no? Kasi paano kung sobrang emotional ka, kailangan kita kausapin, tapos, hindi pwede kasi mag-o-opera ka bukas.
Yeah.
Even that
Hino-hold
is so,
ko.
parang,
Hino-hold ko
oo.
siya. I need to hold kasi naisip yung patient. Actually, naawa naman ako kasi parang paano makaka-focus yung husband ko kung
Mm.
aawayin ko naman. So, hindi naman
Tama.
siya ganun ka-emergency na kailangan siya i-call. Wala naman siya eh. Na-hurt lang yung feelings ko. So,
Oo.
Mm.
pag-uusapan namin after. Actually, yun naman yung good thing.
Schedule nyo na lang, bale.
Na-schedule.
Oh, siguro lagyan mo sa
Ganun
calendar.
talaga. Oo, i-google calendar niyo. Yung 6 years yun na yun as boyfriend-girlfriend. After that, so syempre may nangyaring proposal. Maybe you can share a bit on
Oh,
that also, Shaline, no?
may
And then, how
proposal.
long were you engaged from the proposal to
1
the
year
actual wedding?
preparation.
1 year. 1 year prep din.
But
Sige, baka pwede mong ikwento like how that happened.
engagement actually, hindi siya tulad ng iba na tipong may pasabog or something. So, akin, it's sobrang simple lang. Tapos sinabi lang niya, is hanap na ng church, ganyan. Sa church, parang binigay lang. Tapos sinabi ko, where's the ring? Ako pa yung hindi ako makapag-intay. O, inaasar lang niya ako. So, it's so simple. Pero inayos na niya.
Did you find it difficult, though? Kasi you
Ayan.
had to wait. So parang, how do
Mahirap,
I
ang hirap kasi hindi kami nagde-date. Hindi yung usual typical na boyfriend, girlfriend, kung weekend lalabas kayo. Hindi eh. Kasi may duty siya. So, tinitingnan ko talaga yung schedule kung kailan. Kaya Pasko, minsan Christmas, hindi kami talaga nagkikita or something. So, pag may mga special occasion, kailangan parang, okay, sige, tanggapin ko. Or pupuntahan ko siya sa hospital, dadalan ko siya ng food. So, ganun yung magiging Kaya sabi ng iba, so you need to adjust. Hindi siya yung mag-a-adjust din. Both of you must adjust.
commitment rin yun, ah. To
Mm.
actually stick through like everything na sinabi na niya early on na, wag muna, like, parang marami pa akong gusto ma-achieve and all of those things. Parang on your end. Kasi nga, parang, you're done with school already, right? Like,
Yeah, right. I'm done
oo.
na.
So parang iba rin kayo ng mindset at that point. So parang mahirap to stick through like all of that and like trust na like, okay, hindi, papakasalan niya pa rin ako, di ba? Parang, wow, like, that is commitment to me. Like,
Sasamahan mo talaga ng practicals no? Yung
kailangan eh.
relationship. Hindi pwedeng kilig-kilig lang. Actually, may gusto rin akong balik na something that you mentioned, Shaline. Di ba, you were together for 6 years in a relationship. You would have wanted to be married by like the second year already. Do you think it would have made a difference if nagpakasal na kayo nung 2 years pa lang kayo? Dun sa 6 years na binuo niyo na yun. Of course, like here sa episode natin, we're here to find out. Kumbaga, like if there's a factor in terms of commitment dun sa tagal ng time that we put into the relationship.
Yeah, actually
In
siguro
retrospect na ito, syempre, kasi
yeah.
tapos
Because
na
he's
yung
still
experience.
studying. Parang hindi pa siya ready. Parang paano kung if I have a baby na. So, baka hindi pa kami mature. Ako, pero it's like, masasay mature, pero hindi ko, parang hindi pa pala ready. Actually, yung readiness, I just realized, hindi how old are you ready, kahit 29, 30, 31, hindi talaga ikaw magiging ready unless you experience it. For me. Kasi sa akin, sabi ko, at 29, ready na ako pag nagka-baby ako. Pero once na dumating yung first born namin, oh my God, nag-turn ako yung life ko 360 degrees. I don't know. I don't understand. It's hard pala dealing with the baby na hindi pala pwedeng ayaw mo na ibigay mo kagad. Kasi hindi ako yung makatulog. Yung sleep ko, I was deprived. Tapos syempre, may yaya. Pero si yaya, ayaw ng mom ko na ibibigay sa yaya. So ako dapat with the kasama sa night. So, parang sabi ko, natutulog ba talaga ang baby? So, marami akong tanong sa question. So, nire-write ko siya. So, sabi ko, ang hirap pala so, at first, kuya, when I have a second child, sabi ko, kaya ko na to kasi nadaanan ko na to. So, sa akin, it's, for me, bawat experiences, kaya nga sabi ko, siguro kung napaaga man or hindi, nadaanan ko pa rin siya na kailangan ko siyang harapin. Tsaka yung commitment mo na as long as dalawa kayo nagtutulungan. So, malaki talagang factor siya.
Kumbaga to each his or her own story talaga, no?
Yeah.
And tama ba? Yung what I heard is like it's not so much on the number of years and
Yes.
tagal, but it's actually on making the decision and owning it and experiencing it, 'di ba? Na parang hindi, ito na yun, pakasal na tayo or let's have children already. Tama nga naman kasi di mo talaga malalaman like prior to that if it will work out or not. But as long as you decide to actually do it and own that, I think mukhang doon yung pumapasok yung commitment. Like, it's really by the day as you live your life.
So from a
Kasi,
perspective ng curious at talagang question mark sa head ko, maybe our FRC fam that are watching us would relate to this. Pero paano mo malalaman if the person in front of you is actually the one that you're ready to make that with?
and down the aisle.
Down the
That's
aisle.
right. Down the aisle.
Yes, maybe we can go with Leslie first and then Shaline afterwards.
When he proposed, I knew na parang he was worth it or like he's the one kasi parang sa dami namin napagdaanan na problems even prior becoming official. Parang it kind of showed me na he would drop everything or not everything, of course. I wouldn't let him do that, but parang he would do anything for us to work or for us like to be together. So I guess that's one of the parang it's a check for me na okay, so talagang he would do anything for me and that's how parang he shows na he loves me or parang he values me. It's really something precious na kailangan mo na lang to embrace and paghawakan mo yun kasi yun nga how parang saan ka pa makakita ng mga ganong tao na very genuine. Hi Dan, sana.
Shout out po.
Out again. So if you found that someone, diba? Parang why not? Why not choose that person? Kasi yun nga, it's really someone valuable and precious to have someone like that in your life.
Grabe ka naman, Dan. How about you, Shaline?
Yeah. For me naman, actually, I'm scared actually from getting married. I don't know what will happen. Kung sabi ko nga, kaya nga I just pray. I always pray. And I always talk to God. Kung siya na, and if something happen, parang nakita ko na sa kanya, yun one thing that struck me most na hindi talaga siya bumibitaw. So, andun yung commitment niya. Kahit naghihirapan siya, kasi nakita ko na ang hirap-hirap na nag-aaral siya, nag-medicine, something. Pero, tas ang layo ng travel niya. But still, gusto niya mag-work yung relationship namin. So, parang never sumagi sa isip niya na i-let go niya ako. Ako pa yung tipo, ayoko na. Kasi parang ang hirap-hirap, pero ayaw niya. So, nung nakita ko yan, wow, parang mahal ko, pero mas mahal niya ako. Yun nga, so sobrang thankful for me and I always pray pag natutulog ako, parang thank you for giving me this, ganyan. So I'm satisfied, saka dapat maging contented kasi wala naman talagang perfect na tao eh. Wag mo siya kasi ipilit kasi si ganito, ganito eh. Parang bakit yung friend natin, ganyan. Parang if you keep comparing, walang satisfaction. Saka yung simplicity na lang.
A lot of insights. And ako ramdam ko yung yung depth ng experience ni Leslie pati ni Shaline sa relationships nila. Parang like all experiences are true. The wisdom that we gain from um the things that we encounter and that we've lived on, regardless of like sabihin natin 17 years na married si Shaline. Syempre may iba-ibang journeys yan, iba-ibang new chapters and all of that. Same thing with Leslie. Parang ang dami mo pa rin talagang pwedeng mapulot. And thank you for sharing yung mga stories nyo. Totoo kami. FRC fam, kung may mga katanungan kayo sa kanila, pakichat sa comment section. Ang mga partners nila ang sasagot. Tatag na lang namin sila.
Yes.
Oo.
Dahil wala sila
Yun yung
today.
ang bag nila. Yes. And actually, we want to try something a bit lighter. Yes, may tayo ngayon. Fast talk. So quick lang. So since wala yung mga partners niyo to answer, of course you'll answer yung sa inyo na lang muna. Again, sa comment section na lang din nila sasagutan. So, abangan natin yung sagot nila kung gaano kapareho yung mga fast talk answers nila sa partners nila. So, hindi to marami actually. Sige, go
Konti
ahead,
lang.
Shai. Konti lang,
Yes.
no? Fast
After
lang
you
din.
do that. Mm-mm.
Sige,
Text
sige.
or call? Text or call? Leslie.
Call. We're done. Pero with
We're done.
Okay.
Tawagan
As an
na pala
introvert.
kita mamaya.
As an introvert.
Yeah, as an introvert.
How about
Shaline.
you, Shaline?
Text.
Text. Okay, you'd rather text. How about movie date at the cinema or movie date at home? Leslie.
At home.
At home. Shaline.
Yeah, at home.
Vacation at the beach or in the mountains?
Man hates mountains.
Beach. Ayun, mountains.
Actually, a beach.
Okay, eto. Late mag-reply or late palagi?
Please
Leslie.
mag-reply.
Sino ba?
Okay.
Ako.
Mas understandable yun for you.
Ako yung late
Ikaw,
mag-reply.
Shaline. So, mas prefer mo na late mag-reply para pareho kayo.
Pareho kayo.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
Wow,
Ito,
lakas
last.
makanan. Oo.
Grabe, trigger question. Joke. Mahal ka or mahal mo?
Mahal ako.
Before, gusto ko mahal ako. Pero ngayon, gusto ko na mahal ko siya.
Tingnan natin. Babalikan natin si Leslie in 17 years. Kung mag-iiba yung question niya doon.
Mag-iiba rin.
Ay, yung sagot niya doon. Oo. Ang
Yung
galing.
before after.
Oo. Ito. Hindi to fast talk. Pero, yes, biglang showbiz question ulit. Was there a moment in your relationship with your partner that you questioned your commitment? And then, how did you overcome that? Individually, probably, or as a couple? Sasabihin ko sana huwag kayong mag-alala, hindi maririnig ni Dan pati ni Doc Abiel. Pero, in-invite na natin sila sa comment section kanina. So, probably they also have their answers. But again, like, was there a moment in your relationship that you questioned your commitment?
Okay. Well, for me, no. Hello.
Yes!
Welcome ulit.
Nice one, Dan.
Good job.
No, kasi yun nga, as mentioned earlier, like when I invest or be in a relationship with someone, like 100% talaga, it's no turning back. Yeah, parang yes, we fight, we make mistakes. I make a mistake, he makes a mistake. But it doesn't reach to that certain extent na biglang mapapadoubt na, teka lang, bakit ito yung nangyayari? Kasi it's really natural. I mean, for couples to fight and there are misunderstandings, but it doesn't reach to a point na you question already your commitment. So, the root then of having a strong relationship is communication. So, it doesn't reach to a point na, magbe-break na tayo or I look for someone else to meet those expectations kasi parang di niya nagawa or like hindi ako na naging happy with that like outcome or with what he did. So I guess yun, communication, and you really can't expect and assume na at least for that or for anyone, for your partner to know everything. So whether like with what you want, with what you don't want, ano yung problem mo sa kanila or sa kanya, and what you want him or her to do. It's really having those constant conversations and exchange of ideas and emotions na you get to talk para at least, parang hindi kayo nag-assume din.
How about
Wow.
you, Shaline?
Yeah. Actually, hindi namin napagpagawa yan or something. Wala about girls. Pero ang naging pinaka-difficult namin is first year sa marriage is yung sa in-law. Then I texted yung father, then nagkasal sa amin. Sabi ko, I'm having a difficulty, blah, blah. Just says, nagkukwento ako sa nagal. Sabi niya, be strong. Kailangan pag-usapan yung mag-asawa kasi kayo yung involved, hindi kasama yung the parents. So, dapat kayong mag-usap. So, yan, ginawa, yeah, we talk and discuss. Ngayon, pinag-usapan namin ng husband ko pag nag-asawa yung kids natin, hayaan natin sila. Parang kung anong gusto nila, pero definitely not, hindi tayo mag-decision. We will just guide them. Parang kasi sila dapat matutunan nila yan. So, hindi tayo nangingialam, tsaka tayong dalawa na lang sa house, hayaan na natin. Bumukod sila or gumawa din sila ng own house para ma-experience din natin. So, actually, support talaga sa mga mag-aasawa, sa mga relationship, kailangan i-guide. Kasi malalost talaga definitely if you not guide them. Kasi lahat sa kanila, hindi pa nila nadaanan. Parang yung iba, parang parents, nadaanin mo na. So, kailangan mo talaga silang i-guide para maging strong palalo.
Iba yung setup talaga ni Leslie and nila Shaline. Kasi sila Shaline may family na. And yun nga, parang so many years na rin. So, ang dami pa rin nung different experiences, especially sa in-law side, which is the reality of it, na there's really that's also another thing to cross, parang when you enter into the world of marriage. But I heard you mentioning, you talking to your husband about your kids na when they get married, ito yung gusto nyong gawin with how you guide them. Pero I'm curious to know lang, no? Parang, do you hear your kids mentioning, like, at least their perspective on marriage, relationships per se? Kasi nga, we're talking about here also na different generations, nag-iiba din yung perception of commitment, of love, of relationships. No? So maybe we can gain some insight there kung your kids would have made like a comment or something, or a question even.
Actually, pero kasi they're young pa naman, 16, yung eldest ko. But sabi ko nga sa baka akala nila it's lahat ng relationship is like us. Sabi ko, what if pag meron silang hindi, parang sabi ko nga sa kanila, iba-iba. Iba-iba yung may-meet mo. So don't compare kung ano meron yung si mama at si papa. Kasi hindi naman yan yung makita mo na dapat ganitong couple yung magiging ideal mo. So, parang sinasabi ko lang sa kanila, basta as long as you respect each other, yung commitment, yun lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila. And later on, na-experience nyo din yan. Kasi ang hirap kasi kung ano yung natutunan ko, actually baka iba sa kanila. Kaya nga, I'm always praying din na someday, na kung may meet sila, makatulong sa kanila or learning.
Oo nga, grabe yung yung wisdom, no? From our guests for this episode. Sana na-inspire kayo, FRC fam, of course, if the time is right for you to open yourself to a relationship that will be loving and committed. Even amidst this world that we live in, that's far from that kind of reality. Ako, I'm inspired by what I heard from Leslie and Shaline, and of course, their stories with Dan and Amiel. Sayang di natin sila na-meet for this episode, but
Oo nga eh.
it's really refreshing to hear couples who root themselves in communication, in commitment, in love, of course, and also in prayer. Ako, ilang beses ko rin narinig yun, like how the Lord really takes a vital role in rooting our relationships because we really definitely can't do things on our own. Even actually on our own, quote unquote, as a couple, di ba? Like when we get married, we're also married to God Himself as part of our relationship. And yun yung nakita ko sa mga na-share nilang experiences, that kind of rootedness. So thank you, Leslie and Shaline, for sharing with us the rest of our FRC fam. Yan.
Sana
Siguro,
na-enlighten.
last question at input slash advice na lang. Kahit very, very quick at brief lang. So, would you say that you'd recommend for our FRC fam, would you recommend a short relationship before getting married or a longer relationship before getting married?
For me, there's really no certain answer to that. It's really up to you.
Mhm.
You both. Kasi, yun nga, as what Shaline also mentioned kanina na parang um, relationships are really different. It's not like a formula na parang kailangan gawin mo to and kailangan mangyari to within the relationship. So it's really up to you um, whether you prefer a short or a long relationship. So it's also parang having just faith and trust to each other and also to God na things will really just work smoothly. Um, yun. Parang yun na yung masasabi ko. It's really up to you guys.
Actually, wala namang years yan in time frame. At yung, ask yourself, are you ready to commit with this person? Kilala mo na ba siya? Yun yung mga question eh. So, pag may nakita ka, kasi pag girlfriend, boyfriend, best foot forward talaga yan eh. Hindi mo pa siya makita unless you stay in the same house. Ay, ganito pala siya. So, pag nakita mo pa siya doon, kaya mo pa ba siya i-take doon? So, parang sa akin, dapat nakikita mo, you ask yourself eh. Hindi laging, sige, subukan, bahala na. So, pag bahala na at wala kang plan, doon yung magulo. Ibig sabihin, konting problem, parang ayoko na, bibitaw ka na eh. So, you always ask yourself na, parang, if you want to commit, and then kilalanin mo siya. Kailangan kasi may effort na gagawin, hindi lang basta, tapos kilala mo na, tapos yung mga signs, actually, don't ignore the sign. If you know that person na may ganito siyang attitude, tatanggapin ko magbabago. Hindi. Actually, binibigyan ka naman talaga ng sign eh. Ayaw mo lang tanggapin in reality. Lagi mo lang sinasabi na magbabago siya in time. Parang baliktarin mo, pinapakita ba sa'yo ni God na ito ba para sa'yo? Kasi binibigyan ka, you're so lucky, mayroong nakikita mo eh. Pero kaya nga yung mga road sign, di ba? Huwag mo i-ignore yung mga yan. Kasi safety mo yan eh. So, ganun din. So, for me, it's mga road sign doon, mga signs na nakikita mo, don't ignore. And then ask yourself. Then once you say yes and you want to commit, then go on. Yeah, that's it.
Amen.
Yes. To our FRC fam, sana naman meron kayong napulot sa aming episode kasi if whether you're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship, parang what I'm seeing with both stories here, kahit na they're both in different stages of their lives, parang important talaga yung communication, yung commitment. It's like an umbrella term na for the entire relationship eh. Kasi like what Shaline mentioned, may road signs yan, but then babalik ka sa sense of self mo, asking yourself like, kaya mo ba? Tatanggapin mo ba yan? Diba? Parang, are you ready to take that step with this person forever? And then, parang maganda yung sinabi ni Leslie, there isn't really any formula to it. Kasi that's right eh, diba iba-iba yung personalities natin. So, we really have to find that mix for ourselves. Kasi pwede nag-work sa kanila, pwede sa iba hindi nag-work. So, to our FRC fam out there, do not be afraid. I think the biggest thing here is that in our love month, huwag ka matakot to love. Basta hindi ka mawala. I think that's also a way of saying na, the sense of self is very important in a relationship. Na you can't be not whole. Wow! What is this? You can't be not whole when you're entering into a relationship. Kasi babalik ka sa sarili mo, tatanungin mo, kaya ko ba to?
Mhm.
Diba? Parang hanggang saan ako magko-commit? So, huwag ka rin matakot. Yes!
Same to you, Chai.
Huwag tayong matakot.
And to Leslie and to Shaline. Ayan. Marami pang pagdadaanan ng relationships nyo, for sure. But we'll be praying for you guys as you navigate your family life. Also, Leslie, as you start your own family soon, we're excited for all of you.
Yes. To our FRC fam out there, thank you again for catching
Yes!
the episode with us. Sana marami kayong na-feel na love and na-inspire din kayo and enlightened for this month's episode. Na-distract ako. Month's episode. So, this month's episode. So again, thank you guys. Catch us again in our next episode in Church Alive. This is Shai.
And Rap, who leave you with the wise words of Venerable Patrick Peyton that
A family that prays together stays together.
and a world at prayer is a world at peace.
Bye!